What's good, y'all? We back with another Word of the Week video. It's Channing, aka Juice. If y'all new here, I do a Word of the Week podcast series where I feature some people on and we talk about a word of the week. Last week's Word of the Week was separate. So how do we separate to better ourselves and separate ourselves from the rest of people in positions that we're in currently or positions that we aspire to be in? I had one of my good friends, Tally Wright, on to talk about how he tries to separate from the rest of people as a man and rest of people as a baseball player and as a pitcher. And he talked about just the different mindset things and how he's really dived deep into reading and how that has really helped him to separate himself from others. So I thought that last week's Word of the Week was great, but it's now time to turn into this new Word of the Week. I think it'll be a very impactful Word of the Week for some tough times that people are encountering, and also a word that is needed to start off the new year, as it's a long year ahead, and we know that nothing on this life that we want is going to come easy. So let's get into the video, man. Cue the intro.
Okay. It's us.
This week's Word of the Week will be resilient. The definition of resilient is someone able to withstand or recover quickly from a difficult condition. So what does resilient mean to me? Resilient means to me is you get knocked down and you get back up no matter what. It means that you have tough skin. It means that you're able to endure whatever you're faced with. It doesn't mean that you won't get knocked down. It means that if you get knocked down, you're going to get back up. It doesn't mean you're not going to get scratched, but it means you're going to heal faster and faster, right? So that's what I think it means to be resilient. What makes it difficult to be resilient? I think there's a couple of things that make it difficult to be resilient, because it's very easy to get knocked down once or get scratched once and say you're done, right? And just go the other way and find a new avenue to or do something different. But what makes being resilient so tough is that you get knocked down, you get scratched, whatever, you get told no, whatever it is, you face that negativity and you keep going, until you reach your desired outcome or your desired goal. So that's why I think being resilient is so tough, is because you have to tell yourself, your mind, that even though you're getting told no, or even though you're reaching a roadblock, it doesn't matter. You're going to keep going and you're going to reach your goal no matter what. So what are examples where I have been resilient in my own life? I have a pretty recent example where I had surgery on my hip in about a little bit over a year ago. And what I had for my surgery was a hip arthroscopic surgery, and I also had a torn labrum, so they fixed that as well. But something that was tough for me was to endure that. I had an injury also about 3 months prior to this surgery, which was a high ankle sprain, which had me out for about a month and a half. So something that was difficult for me in my first pro season was I had injuries. I had 2 injuries that sidelined me for quite a bit of time, and mentally it was very difficult for me. I questioned if this was the right path for me and things like that. But truly, I have such a love for soccer and the sport that there's no way I could quit, right? So I had to be resilient with these adverse times and push myself. Even though I had these injuries, I had to push myself to continue to keep going, push myself to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, push myself to keep going to rehab every day, keep doing the necessary recovery every day, keep doing the necessary mental work every day to come back the next day, my right self and the right mindset to attack that day's recovery and that day's rehab. Another way I've been resilient in my life is I've been fortunate to never really miss or not make a soccer team, right? But there was one time, the only time I did not make a soccer team was, I believe it was my freshman year of high school. I got asked to try out, I got invited to go to the Barca Residency Academy and have a trial there. And I was considered one of the best 10 players in Arizona for my age group. So I got invited. When I was there, I performed very well. I thought I did very well. But at the end of the camp, the 4 days, I was told by the sporting director that I wasn't the right fit for them. They said I didn't play the right style of soccer that that they envisioned. So this is really the first time I was told no. Even though I wasn't really interested in going there, I still wanted to make the team, right? And have the opportunity to maybe go to the team, but I didn't have the opportunity. So what I had to do was look and reflect on myself and be resilient. But at first it hurt mentally. I thought maybe I'm not good enough to reach all the goals that I have in mind, right? But what I had to do was be resilient. I had to put on a tough hat and know that it doesn't matter what they said. If I continue to grow and continue to be a better player and continue to grind myself, I'll be able to reach whatever goals and destinations that I want to achieve, right? And there's people that were on that team that got accepted into that team that aren't playing soccer anymore. And I have the privilege and I'm blessed enough to continue to still be playing soccer at a professional level. And I'm still not where I want to be. So no matter what, I still have to be resilient. Still have to be resilient like I was as that younger kid freshman year, right? So now it's just the continuancy of being resilient no matter what. So why is it important to be resilient? I would say it's important to be resilient because you're not always going to have things go your way. You're not always going to have the path be easy. You're not always going to have the path be clear with no obstacles or mountains. There's going to be divots, roadblocks. There's going to be potholes, right, that are coming your way and coming your path in this thing called life. So when you encounter those things, you may fall down, right? But you have to be strong enough to be resilient and keep going. If you stop when you're first told no, you'll never achieve anything, because a lot of times in this world, you're going to be told no, or you're going to be told to go into a different direction. But it's the strong people that get told no and keep going that truly succeed. Because I know in the business sense, I'm starting my entrepreneurial journey as well, and you get told no a lot. But getting told no is just another opportunity to get told yes in another by another person, company, whatever it is. So when you get told no, you know that the answer yes is coming up soon. So that's what I would say is why it's so important to be resilient and to continue to push yourself no matter what people tell you or what the past looked like. It's always in the future, and being resilient will bless your future. So what is my advice to someone trying to be resilient and keep pushing through? My advice to them would be to don't stop. Know that whenever you hear the word no or you're stopped by different obstacles, that is a test. It is a test. And the test is, will you pass it or not? Will you better yourself from getting told no, or will you worsen yourself from getting told no? There's two directions you can go in. And I would say the best way to go in is the direction where you're going to better yourself after getting told no or hitting an obstacle. And by being resilient, you have to be resilient in order to go into a better place after getting told no, right? You can't not be resilient after being told no. You'll just go on a decline. You will not go up. So that's why I would say it's important to keep pushing through, is because those that keep pushing through will eventually reach their breakthrough. The breakthrough isn't always going to come when you want it, but it will eventually come if you keep pushing, and keep going. And it'll eventually come. I know for me, there's a lot of things where I've been wanting to get at certain periods of time and I haven't gotten them, or I've been told no, but I'm continuing to keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing through it all. Injuries, being told no, leaving soccer teams, whatever it is, I've been pushing myself to keep going. And I know eventually I will break through. Not on my time, but on God's time, I eventually will break through. So I'm blessed to just be in the position I am today. And that's what I would say to the people that are struggling with that, just to know you're blessed to be where you are today, but know that if you keep pushing, you will eventually break through, and the breakthrough will be monumental, right? So that's what I have to say. But that's what this week's Word of the Week is. I don't have a feature this week, so I'll have another one next week. So y'all had to just deal with me, just Juice talking today. But the word of the week was resilient. So I want you guys to keep going, keep pushing through, no matter what people tell you, no matter what obstacles, what mountains, whatever come into your path. Keep going, keep pushing. Eventually the breakthrough will come. And I also want to say thank you for the support on my book, The 1% Kid. It's been doing wonders. And also I just can't believe the support I've gotten from all of you. and continue to comment with any word of the week suggestions. I've been looking up different words, but I also want to get a lot of your guys' feedback on the word of the weeks and what words can come up in the future. So please let me know in the comments. I'll be looking at those, and still comment below for a free 1% book that I will be doing a draw for once I hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, all that, man. I appreciate it. And the road to 1,000 subscribers starts now. Hopefully it's sooner than later, but I appreciate you all. Much love. Stay blessed. Juice out. Peace.